Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam anghum langayate girim yatkripatamaham mande Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcoming you all to this wonderful discussion today that we're going to have. So we've been sort of discussing very deeply this particular verse 1.2.3, and now today we're going to conclude that, and next day, that's tomorrow onwards, we'll go to 124, which is again the series of Mangalacharan, auspiciousness. Yes, invoking auspiciousness, which is done by Sutta Goswami. I request the host to kindly make me co-host so that I can start sharing my screen. And I request all the ones who are neither host nor co-host, please be there with us. Please turn on your videos so that I can see all the wonderful. Please don't become ghosts. There are hosts, co-hosts, and ghosts. So don't be hosts. Don't be ghosts. I'm sorry. Yes, so be there. Requesting to be co-host. Hare Krishna. I made you host. I need to become co-host. Okay. Thank you. Where were we? Yasvanubhavam Akila Shruti Saramekam Adhyatma Deepam Atititirshatam Tamondam Samsarinam Karunayah Purana Bhuyam Tam Vyasasunam Upayami Munim Gurum Munina. That is the shloka, that's the verse we're discussing. Yes. So yesterday's discussion, we discussed, yeah, this was the first time Bhagavatam release, new release. For the first time, 12 cantos, 18,000 verses, right? And what is supreme mercy? We spoke about supreme mercy. Supreme mercy is about awarding the highest to the least qualified. Then we spoke about material happiness, where we spoke about materialistic men. They can never be happy. Yes. And why people are not happy? Because of this plan making. They make plan, permanent plan. We want plan for permanent happiness. There is nothing called anything permanent in this world because this world is ashashvatam, and there is nothing called happiness because this world is dukhalayam. Correct, right? Krishna says dukhalayam ashashvatam, temporary and miserable. And the materialistic people exactly want to do the opposite. They want to make this world sukhalayam and shashvatam. We want permanent happiness. It doesn't happen. That's not the property of this world. Makes it clear, right? Okay, okay. Then we saw about a little bit about the camel's analogy. Remember? Camel. And all right. Okay, so here we are. Wherever you are, if you can turn on your video, that'll be very nice. If you're driving, I don't mind, wherever you are, but keep it on if possible. It is clearly stated this Bhagavatam is the original commentary on the Brahma Sutras. Yes. Yes. It is many times, even Idam Bhagavatam Nama Purana Brahma Samhitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Chakare Bhagavan Rishi. So Shukadev Goswami acknowledges that this is the original commentary done by his father, Srila Vedavyas. So the author himself is commenting. He gave something, Vedanta Sutra. Yes, and here is where I want to do. So usually we find that an author may write a book, and it is somebody else who studies the book and gives a summary. Correct? But here we find that Vyasdev himself has written the book, the Vedas, and then summarized it, Vedanta Sutra, and then commented on it also, Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is pretty much the direct commentary to the Brahma Sutras. So Gyanis should stop the speculative nonsense and accept Srimad Bhagavatam. And that's what even Brahmaji, he's trying to tell everyone. Gyane prayasam udapasya namanti eva जीवन्ति सन्मुखरितां भवदीय वार्ता स्थाने स्थित श्रुतिगतां तनुवाक् मनोभिर यप्रायसोऽपि अजितजितोऽपि त्रैस्त्रिलोक्याम्. So Brahmaji very well knows. Brahmaji knows very well that the Gyanis are going to pick up the Vedanta Sutra and they're going to keep speculating. He knows that very well. That's why he's saying, Gyane Prayasa, or Gyanis, stop your endeavors. Stop your prayas. Prayas means effort, endeavors. Jnane prayasa udapasya namanti eva. You leave that. And jivanti sanmukharitam. Start living with devotees. Devotees are called sanmukharitam because they are facing towards Krishna. Krishna is facing the devotees are facing Krishna. Both of them are looking at each other. The devotees are called sanmukharitam. Bhavadiya Varta. And what the devotees do looking at the Lord, they are looking at the Lord and doing Bhavadiya Varta. They are having discussions about Krishna. You sit at the lotus feet and listen to the discussions that they're having about Krishna. Machitta matkata prana bodhayanta parasparam. Parasparanukathanam pavanam bhagavad yasha. There are verses after verses. Even Kapila Dev says the same thing, 3:25-25. Tatam prasanga mama virya samvito bhavanti hritkarana rasayana kata tajjoshanadashvapavargavartmani shraddharatir bhaktir anukramishati. So your faith, your devotion, yes, and your attraction for me will keep growing if you sit and discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. Please do this. So this is meant, Yanis, please give up all your nonsense and come and discuss Bhagavatam. Everybody is saying the same thing. This is the Brahma Sutra. This is the commentary. So Vyasdev also instructed the Bhagavatam to his own son, Srila Shukadev Goswami, who was already at the liberated stage of transcendence. Yeah, correct. Vyasdev did teach Srimad Bhagavatam to many. So many of them heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Vyasdev. He had taught it. But Shukadev Goswami was a person who was already at the liberated stage. Usually, a person who's liberated has nothing to achieve. This is a misconception. Yeah, people think liberated, right? It's over, done. Yeah. How many of you have seen? I like to ask a question. How many of you have seen a college graduate going back and sitting in the classrooms? Have you ever seen that? Oh, Shalini Mataji has seen. When? Yeah, I would like to know. I'm very intrigued. Please don't even.
Prabhuji, when they go for higher studies, right?
Oh, there's something seriously wrong with. No, there's no problem on your end. There's something wrong with my Zoom technology. My audio is working. Yes, since yesterday it's not working. I'll sort it out. Don't worry. You can type in the chat. Just for today, we can tolerate. Yeah. For higher studies. No, but I'm talking about study. They've done higher studies, PhD, everything. Will they go back and sit in graduate class? That they will not do. If somebody is doing that, it'll be called a stupidity. Hey, stupid, you finished the course. Dummy, you're going back. Don't do that. Got the point, right? Yes. Unless they have drive to learn again. Nobody has drive to learn material knowledge again. Once over, finished. 12th grade over, throw the book somewhere. We don't want to see it again. Your college studies over, gave the books away to someone. Don't see it again. Whereas even liberated personalities sit and hear Krishna Katha. Parinishtopi nirgunya uttama shloka leelaya. Grihita cheta rajarshi. Yeah, he was so attracted to Krishna's qualities that he sat down and heard the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, although being liberated. So, as such, Bhagavatam is Paramahamsa Samhita. It is meant for those who are liberated. Usually, it is said that those who are liberated, they have no activity, they have no work to do in this world because they don't belong to this world. They are called Jivan Muktaha. They have completed their project. So, whatever life's project is there to finish and terminate all the six anarthas, they have done that. They are called Jivan Mukta. Yar hasya harir dasya karmana manasa gira nikhilashwapi avastasu Jivan Muktastaduchyate. So, they are called Jivan Mukta. They finished their project. They're done with everything. Then what are they doing in this world? Liberated souls have no work to do at all. They have absolutely no work. They're just waiting for one thing, for the body's prarabdha to wear out and leave to Brahman. But through Shukadev Goswami, we understand that even liberated personalities perform devotional service. So how much should we, who are not yet liberated, take enthusiasm in performing this? Liberated personalities will never feel bliss through anything. Now we want to watch, people in material world want to watch movies. For them, there is no movies. There is no pleasure. We like sweets. There is nothing called sweets for them. Yes. We like music. There's nothing that can entertain them. Their mind is Tita Prajna. Their intelligence is fixed on the platform of soul. And they have absolutely nothing to give and take. Shukadev Maharaj was sent by his father Vyasdev. In advance, he wrote a letter. He wrote a letter to Janak Maharaj that I'm sending my chap to you for training. Please train him how to be sense controlled. So Janak Maharaj received the letter early. So he got a news. Shukadev is waiting at your gate, doorstep. He said, let him be there. So Shukadev was kept there, waiting for a long time. And Shukadev did not. He had no expressions. Yes, usually a person is made to wait. Yes, the person is going to get so frustrated. In our temple, we have to actually lock the gates, and we also have bell system. So personally, I was into some service. I didn't hear the bell. So there was a person who was constantly ringing the bell, constantly ringing the bell. Finally, it caught some attention. We had to go on. But that person, Prabhuji, क्या हो गया? अरे पिछले 10 minutes से, from last 10 minutes I'm here. Nobody's opening the door. In 10 minutes, but Shukdev was made to stand there for days together. He just stood there. And then later on, with a great pomp, yes, with bugles and drums, he was welcomed. And that time also, there was no expression. There was absolutely no. See, he was completely oblivious to dishonor and honor both. He was totally relaxed. And then later on, he was brought inside. Shukadev was brought inside, and he took Janak Maharaj requested, I would like to welcome you. Please pull out your tongue. He put a lump of sugar on his tongue. Yes, and he told him, please take this bowls full of ghee. And I request you to kindly circumambulate, do pradakshina, circumambulation of the entire palace, and come back. In every nook and corner, there were different varieties of sense gratificatory pursuits which were there. There were beautiful women dancing. There was very amazing palatable music to the ears. There were a lot of golds and jewels and pearls which were kept. Like that, there were different things to test him. So he just went around, and there was not a single wavering. Had he been disturbed, things will waver and he will get distracted and the ghee would fall down from the bowl. So nothing fell. It was as it is. The weight was as it is in both the bowls. And he was shown, what about the sweet? He just pulled out. There was a lump of sugar, but he didn't even salivate. Such a sense controlled person. Yes. Janak Maharaj offered immediately Dandvat Pranam. He said, your father Vyasdev didn't send you to learn sense control. He sent you to teach me sense control. And thank you so much, Shukadeva, for being my guru. Right? So such a personality is listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. And then what did Shukadeva Goswami listen and do? He realized it. He realized Srimad Bhagavatam. On a liberated platform, if we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, it goes as realization. And then he explained it. He spoke it. Shravanam, Nididhyasanam, Mananam, Kirtanam. So first stage is called as Shravanam, where we listen. The second is called as Mananam, where we contemplate. We thoroughly deliberate the subject matter. Then there is Nididhyasanam, where one applies the instruction, realizes it when you apply. And finally, there is Kirtanam. And Shukadeva Goswami is the Acharya for Kirtanam, for this process of glorifying Srimad Bhagavatam. By the mercy of Srila Shukadeva, the Bhagavata Vedanta Sutra is available for all those sincere souls who want to get out of material existence. Yes. So the Shukadeva Goswami's mercy that is available. Initially, we discussed Srimad Bhagavatam is compared to a very most ripe. If the Vedas are compared to the trees, the Srimad Bhagavatam is compared to the most mature fruit. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam shukamukha samyutam. Pibata bhagavata rasamalayam muraho rasika vibhavukaha. Okay? The Vedic Vedas are they're compared to a tree, desire tree of in this world, fulfill all desires. And what is the essence of the tree? Not the fruit, the ripened fruit. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. And whenever a fruit, it is saying, whenever a fruit is tasted by a parrot, yes, the parrot tastes the fruit becomes tastier. That's a science. The parrot tastes the fruit, the fruit's taste increases further. So Shukadeva Goswami has tasted this fruit. So we are actually getting the remnants of Shukadeva Goswami, who has tasted this wonderful fruit. Shukamukadamratadrava samhitam. And that is why even Narada and Vyas, they are sitting down to hear Bhagavatam from Shukadev. Because this fruit, no, we have heard Bhagavatam, but now that Shukadev is speaking, Shukhamukad, from his lotus mouth it's coming out, it's much sweeter. So we want to hear it. So although Vyasdev wrote it, still Srimad Bhagavatam is considered to be the mercy of Shukadeva Goswami. In fact, every speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam remembers this particular shloka. When we are speaking, we are trained. When we are trained to be speakers of Bhagavatam, we are taught that we are supposed to be conscious and aware of this fact, that it's actually Sri Shuka who is the speaker of Bhagavatam. He is always the speaker. So what can we be? We can be simple, humble instruments. Let Shukadev speak through me. That's all. That is all that is possible. Let Shukadev Maharaj speak through. I'm just going to be a humble instrument. Srimad Bhagavatam is one unrivaled commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. Sripad Shankaracharya intentionally did not touch it because he knew that the natural commentary would be difficult for him to surpass. Hare Krishna. So Mayavadis are usually afraid of Srimad Bhagavatam. Mayavadis are fearful. Why? Because they are exposed. They are thoroughly exposed. Sorry for this analogy, but it's coming to my mind. Yes. A person can walk naked in the dark because there's no one to see. But a person will never walk naked in the light. He will be exposed. Correct? So that's how Mayavadis will get exposed because Srimad Bhagavatam is that Purana Artha Adunodita. It's a sun-like Purana, which is going to expose everything. So Mayavadis get exposed, their philosophy, bogus philosophy gets exposed. And that is why Shankara deliberately did not touch upon this commentary. He wrote Sharirika Bhashya, and his so-called followers deprecated the Bhagavatam as some new presentation. Yeah. They said, Arey, what is this Bhagavatam? This Bhagavatam is something written by Vopadev. They say. Some of them say this. Vopadeva. There was a person called Vopadev. He wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. But that's utter nonsense. No, it's not true. There is a mention of Bhagavatam in the oldest Purana called Matsya Purana also. Padma Puran, Skanda Puran, different kinds of Puranas, they mention Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So Srimad Bhagavatam is mentioned in other Puranas which substantiate its genuineness. Exactly. 12 cantos, 335 chapters, 18,000 shlokas, that which contains the pastime of Vritrasur, Ambarish. It's very beautifully presented. Yeah, very wonderfully said. So Srimad Bhagavatam is not a new presentation. It's not a new presentation, right? It is the natural presentation. One should not be misled by such propaganda directed against the Bhagavatam by Maharaja. From this introductory shloka, the beginning student should know that Srimad Bhagavatam is the only transcendental literature meant for those who are Paramahamsas and completely free from the material disease of malice. I'll explain this a little bit. If you see what is the purpose of Vedas, the purpose of Vedas is to promote a person to goodness. And even Lord Krishna says, Traigunya Vishaya Veda. All the Vedic subject matters, Vishaya, are pertaining to the three modes, Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. Even if you look at the supplementary material is Puranas, the Smritis. Even the Puranas are categorized into three. There are 18 Puranas, 6 each. 6 for the people in the mode of ignorance, 6 for the people in mode of passion, 6 for the people in the mode of goodness. Now, one may ask a question, what is the scripture for those who are liberated, who are beyond these three modes? Is there any scripture for such personalities? Usually the Mayavadi says no. There is no scripture for such personalities because Danda Dharana Matrena Narayana Bhavit. We have become Narayana already. Yes, we are already Narayanas. The foolish conception. But no, the matter of fact is the scripture for the liberated, the Paramahamsa Samhita is Srimad Bhagavatam. There is no other scripture. There is no other scripture which is meant for the liberated. And that's why Vyasadeva is saying, see, I have written literatures till now. Till now, I've written literatures for those under three modes. That means the conditioned souls. But now, the Srimad Bhagavatam is different. The Bhagavatam is different. This Bhagavatam is meant for whom? This is meant for liberated personalities. Yes, it's meant for liberated personalities. So very clear, very, very clear. In the first canto, first chapter, second verse, there's a statement. Dharma projita kaitavatra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. Vedam vyastamamatra vastu shivadam tapatrayo moolanam. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimma Paririshvara Sadyo Hridi Avarudyate Tripativi Shushrushrivit Tachanat. So this is for Nirmatsaranam Satam. This is for those who are free from envy. Who are free from envy? The devotees are free from envy. Who are the devotees? The Paramahamsas. Who are the Paramahamsas? Who have gone beyond the three modes of nature. So this is called as Paramahamsa Samhita. It's for them. So we are all supposed to become PhDs. We'll all become what? PhD by study of Bhagavatam. Paramahamsa Das. Haribo. Yes. You normally do PhD in this world. What happens? Permanent head damage. That's what happens. Yes, from permanent head damage to Paramhams Das. That's the journey we are supposed to make. Going ahead. The Mayavadis are envious of the personality of Godhead despite Sripad Shankaracharya's admission that Narayana, the personality of Godhead, is above material creation. Okay. Shankaracharya, he said, Brahma is Paratattva. Para means transcendental, beyond these three modes. Tattva means the truth or a substance. Substance or a truth which is beyond the three modes is called as Paratattva. But Shankaracharya made another statement called Narayana Parat Paratattva. The personality of Narayan is much superior to even Brahma. Parat Paratattva. Transcendental to the transcendental Brahman. Just 1 minute. As the gosh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So our laptop, just like laptop, Prabhu has to charge. Yes, in order to serve. So our charging is japa. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And we can become charged up in japa when we charge up our ears through Srimad Bhagavatam. When we nicely hear Srimad Bhagavatam, when we nicely can chant. It's all connected. Correct? So this is very clear statement. And what is the conclusion? Shankaracharya in the end, he spoke about Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudamate. Who is Mudamate? He's talking about the Mayavadi Mudas. His own followers, fools, worship. But then, what the Mayavadis say? Oh, in the later part of our life, our Gurudev went mad. That's what they say. Our Guru went mad. But actual truth, the matter of truth is he was never mad. You guys are mad. So the envious Mayavadis can never have access to Srimad Bhagavatam. With envy, you can never read Bhagavatam. Yes. And that's what even Lord Krishna many times when he used to give about his talk about his glories, what does he tell to Arjuna? Idam te tu guyatamam pravakshami anasuyave. Hey Anasuya, oh non-envious, idam te tu guyatamam, I'm going to give you the most confidential knowledge because you're not envious. Because the moment you're envious, you cannot actually you cannot actually grasp this knowledge. You will not be able to appreciate the glories of Lord. It's not possible, right? It's impossible. So Mayavadis are envious of Krishna. The height of envy of Krishna is Mayavad. Height of envy. They want to become the Lord. They want to merge in Brahman. These are all envious activities. Yes. They want to deprive. So once I went to a temple of Krishna. I was stationed in Kerala, a place to preach, a place called Calicut. We're preaching in NIT Calicut. I was there for almost something close to 1 year and a half, 1.5 years. We had to crack teaching project there. So I was sent there to there. That's 99% Muslim populated area. The students who come there, of course, they come from different parts of India, but that's a very heavily dominated area. So it was very hard for us to, find. There was an ISKCON temple, but that I don't know. It was a festival temple. Only in festivals it will be open, otherwise it's closed. Not even weekend temple, otherwise you could go there the weekends to have some Sangha and association. So then what happened? We searched. After a lot of search, finally we found a temple. Unfortunately, that was Krishna temple. So I was so happy. Finally there's some temple of Krishna. So we can go there sometimes to sit and chant. We can somehow take the students also there to sit and do japa and have some programs. And even these pujaris, they will be happy. When I went to that temple, I was surprised because Krishna was standing there. But there was nobody beside Krishna. No Radharani, no Rukmini, no Satyabhama, nobody. Krishna alone. All right. So usually when Krishna is alone, at least there's a cow behind. You have seen that? Cow surrounds Krishna like that? Because Krishna has Bhakta Madhuri. He always has sweet dealings with his devotees. Krishna is never ever to be worshipped alone. That was okay. Okay, no problem. That may be the trend here. But next I saw Krishna did not even have flute. My God, what is this Krishna without flute? Krishna without peacock feather. What is this? Then I went to the people who run this institute to talk with them. And in a few moments, thanks to Srila Prabhupada's philosophy, which is such crystal clear, I could realize these guys are Mayavadis. So, what is the envy of Mayavadi? The envy of Mayavadis is they want to separate Krishna opulences from Krishna. Right? Separate Shakti of Krishna. Radharani, separate. Remove. What is the speak of the remove it? Remove the flute. So, like this is the envy of Mayavadis. So, they think if you remove all opulences from Krishna, he becomes sadharan. He becomes ordinary human. This is their dull head. Correct? Dullards. Fools. So, this is the envy. So, one may ask, well, Prabhu, what is envy, Prabhu? Mayavadis. They do Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Am Brahmasmi. Where is the envy? So here is the envy. I've seen it. They want to remove the opulence of Krishna, which is not proper. But those who are really anxious to get out of this material existence may take shelter of this Srimad Bhagavatam because it is uttered by the liberated Shukadeva Goswami. See, who is the speaker? Liberated. Who is the writer? Liberated. Who we are talking about? Deliberated. Who is the audience? Anybody. Ideally, the persons who are liberated, they are entitled for the 10th canto. 10th canto. Then how do we become liberated? Go through the experience of the first 9 cantos. First 9 cantos, we go thoroughly, like this, keep discussing, we will all become liberated. Then we become qualified to enter into the intimate, sweet, nectarine, and confidential dealings of Krishna with the Vrajavasis. That's the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is called as Adhyatma Deepam, the transcendental torchlight. Usually when we lit torchlights, when there's darkness. And this particular torchlight is going to dispel the darkness. Bhagavatam is compared in 4 ways. Yes, it's compared to a torchlight lamp. It's compared to a sun. It's compared to a fruit, the ripened fruit, and it's compared to Mohini. I can't draw, so I'm writing. So the first 2 cantos are compared to the Adhyatma Deepa, the introductory knowledge. Then the next subject matters. They are compared to Atra Sarga Visargascha Stanam Poshanam Uteya Manvantra Ishanukata. Yes, these 7 subject matters. They are the 3rd canto to 9th canto. This is compared to the sun. The 11th canto and 12th canto is compared to Mohini because you'll be thoroughly bewildered. Towards the end, Shukadeva Goswami starts giving impersonal instructions. Instructions to merge in impulse Brahman. It's bewildering. That is actually to bewilder the atheists. So there has to be some covering of Jnana also kept. Even in Bhagavad Gita, there's some covering of Jnana towards the end. Yes. So it's very bewildering. Somebody who reads without proper commentary of Acharyas will be bewildered. And finally, the fruit. The fruit is the 10th canto. The ripened fruit. Ashrita. Right? So this is the transcendental torchlight by which we can see perfectly the transcendental absolute truth realized as Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Vadanti tat tattvavidas, tattvam yajnanamadvayam brahmeti paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti shabdati. So gradual realization will go. Absolute truth is one only actually. He is realized in 3 phases. Jnanis can realize up to the point of Brahman. The yogis can realize up to the point of Paramatma. And the bhaktas can realize up to the point of Bhagavan. Yes? Okay, so we could successfully discuss today this verse. All right, at this point of time, we would like to request devotees to share some reflections, ask some questions. We have some time. Yes, the floor is all yours. Yes, Divija Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have a silly question. You might have actually answered this, but Sripada Shankaracharya is Lord Shiva's
Oh, I'm
incarnation.
so sorry.
Can you hear me? Okay, 1 second. I'll type.
Tata.
Hare
I'll get this
Bol.
rectified, don't worry.
Okay, 1 second.
Yesterday I thought I'll just restart and this problem will go. I become deaf. Isn't Sripad Shankaracharya Lord Shiva's incarnation? And Shuka heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Shiva.
Why
And why he
isn't that?
cannot give? I'll show you one verse from. Yashita Prabhu, you'll have to type as well. Please don't lift hand today. Please type. Vadam Asat. So I'm just giving answer to Devi Japu's question. Mayavadam asatshastam prachannam bauddhamuchyate mayeva vihitam devi kalo brahmana murtina. In the age of Kali, I will become a brahmana. Yes, and I would preach the asat shastra, the false scripture, or its anti-scripture, called Mayavad. It is nothing but covered Buddhism. Prachannam buddhe muchyate. Prachanna Bauddha Uchyate. It's a covered version of Buddhism. Mayeva, it will be me only, don't worry. Certainly, I will do. You are Devi shocked. She says, my God, usually you are a person who speaks about pure bhakti and all. What happened? Yes, it is me only, but I'll be this time speaking Mayavad. So this is a quote from Padma Puran. Malabar district, Kerala. Prabhupada writes. This is also required to bewilder. But Shankaracharya did many contributions. After the Buddhist regime was over, many temples were closed. So most of the temples, 90% of the temples were reopened by Shankara. Yeah. I also heard from one of the Advait philosophers clearly mentioning that Bhakti Yoga is the highest path. Correct. Very good. So but these people, they use Bhakti to become liberated. Their philosophy is what? Gaurav. Their philosophy is to use Bhakti for Mukti. But if you look at Bhagavatam, look at this verse. What is this telling? 1, 2, 3. Shukadev Goswami was already Mukta. From Mukti comes Bhakti. After Mukti comes Bhakti. And even Bhagavad Gita says the same thing. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nashochati Nakamshati Samasarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labate Param. Only a person who is liberated can get Bhakti. So we don't use Bhakti for Mukti. This is what Mayavadis do. They use Bhakti for Mukti. Whereas the right philosophy of the Shastra is only a person who's Mukta can become a Bhakta. How can we identify envy in us? Like you gave example of Mayavad, example taking opulence away from Krishna. But we know that we are here because of we got envious of Krishna at the first place. So what practical examples in our real life used to help us identify envy and take steps to overcome this? So our envy for Krishna may not be direct, it will be indirect. And what is indirect envy to Krishna? Indirect envy to Krishna is envy to his other living entities. Yes. So we need to understand envy has 3 stages. We'll discuss in detail some other time. Yes, I'll just write it for you. It's called as Asuyah, Dveshah, and Matsarah. So envy is in three phases. Asuya is comparison, unhealthy comparison. So if we are comparing ourselves with others, the very comparison is the beginning, asuya. Not so serious, but its consequences can be serious. Then there is dvesha. What is dvesha? Dvesha is strongly asking, why only he has and I don't? Comparison is he has this much, I have this much. Here, why only he has? Why I don't have? Matsara is what can I do to pull him down and destroy him? This is envy. So this is a comparison. This is called jealousy. And this is envy. Okay. Last question for today. Many times I listen saying to me that you quote from Srimad Bhagavatam where Krishna is Supreme Lord. However, they say if you go to Shiv Puran and some other Puran where some say Shakti is Supreme, how to make them understand Srimad Bhagavatam is the final conclusion. You bring Shiv Puran and show where it is written Shiva is Supreme. Bring it. Please bring. I would like to know. People say this. This is a stupid argument for those people who have never read Shiv Puran. And if you even read Devi Puran first of all is not written by Vyasdev. But even if you read there, Devi's glories are mentioned, but Devi is also reporting to somebody. She is reporting to Shaktiman. The moment you are reporting to somebody, you are subordinate. You are not supreme. I wish to understand how Shiv Purana and other Puranas saying other deities as source of everything. They are not saying. They are not saying. You give a quote. Even if they are saying, Bhagavatam sometimes it is said. So we need to understand that whenever we find even in Bhagavatam, Shiva is glorified as Lord. If you read the Samudra Manthan Leela, when Shiva drinks the halahal, that time there's a reason for that. The reason is two things. The first reason why demigods glorify Shiva as Bhagavan, and that's why you have to understand through Acharya's commentary, is because they refer to Sadashiv. And Sadashiva is not, whenever the glories of Shiva are there, they are Sadashiv glories. Sadashiva is not different from Mahavishnu. There is no difference. Mahavishnu. So because Mahasankarshan expands into Sadashiva and Mahavishnu. Second, Shiva, when they are glorifying him as a qualitative incarnation of Krishna. The Guna Avatar. Whose Guna Avatar is Shiva? Krishna's. So that's the light we should take it. Okay. So, all right. Thank you all very much. It was a very wonderful discussion for me. Tomorrow we'll continue with 1.2.4, Krishna willing. Right? Very grateful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल थैंक यू वेरी मच हरे कृष्ण